I guess it was late last week.
Oh, I'm glad you're bringing this up because it is everywhere now.
Well, Dee Snider is become the spokesperson for AC/DC.
Because why not?
I mean, I can't imagine. I love Dee, but I can't imagine knowing the little bit I do about the very clandestine AC/DC camp that they want this to be the case. But, I mean, Dee's Super Bowl petition, which, again, I'm all for. I don't know if a petition's going to move the needle and really, change things if what the NFL wants to do, but I'm all for Dee's efforts. But, my God, and I had him on talking about this last week, he has become like the AC/DC spokesperson. And everybody knows and has pretty much speculated that there's going to be something coming with AC/DC. And I can tell you it is imminent now. And the reason why I know this is because if you follow me on Twitter, I mentioned this as well, too. There's solicitations or discussions going on about the marketing and advertising, meaning that media outlets are being approached about buying commercials for something AC/DC related. That I can tell you as a fact. And that something is widely expected to be a record. So there's not a lot of mystery here because we all know eventually everything gets out there. And we all know, and we've heard the talk that it's going to involve Malcolm Young and tracks he, of course, recorded before he passed away or songs he'd written before. And that it's the classic guys all back with Stevie Young still there for Malcolm. And then, of course, so I'm sure very, very soon we're going to get dropped all the information about an AC/DC album. The question now is going to become live shows. I don't know if that will happen at the same time or an announcement about a tour happens at another time. But after a lot of stop-start, a lot of speculation and rumor and countless conversations on this show about it, every indicator points to the fact that it looks like we are finally going to have something going on with AC/DC. We'll take a break. We'll do our top of the hour and come back. And Randy Bly of Lamb of God will. And then he went in and huddled with Miles, which, by the way, I mean, they were talking about Slash's cat, which Slash was talking to me about as well. And I'm not breaching any confidence as Miles posted something on Instagram and talked about it, but Slash has a sick cat, and I was talking to him about it, and we're all cat lovers and what have you. But so there was no global domination discussions going on, at least that I was aware of. But it was good to see Slash because I hadn't seen him in a little bit, talked for a few. And also David Draymond was there, of course, the lead singer of Disturbed, and he was in Los Angeles because he had been commissioned to do some radio special or something with Ozzy for Ozzy's new record. And then he went to, just came to see Alter Bridge and knows Miles and what have you. So I had a nice chat and we hung for a little bit with Draymond, who I've known for a while, and good guy. And he now lives with his family in Hawaii. That's where their main residence is. They used to live in Texas, but now he's relocated to Hawaii. So Draymond, Disturbed getting ready for a big tour. Disturbed is now an arena headlining act in America. It's pretty amazing. And they are getting ready to go out and celebrate the 20th, I think, anniversary of their debut.
You are correct. 20 years.
Yeah, so we talked about getting Draymond out for an LA invasion soon, and he would be great at it, and he's looking forward to doing it. So we talked about that. And then the other guy that I saw that was, I had to control myself to not just start firing away questions, was Wolfgang Van Halen. And he is a long history and friendship with Mark Tremonti. And I saw this guy back in the hallway, and he's leaning against the wall, and there's a row of people back in the backstage area, and there's Wolfie. And I kind of recognized him. I had met him a couple times, and Mark Tremonti said, "Ed, you know Wolfgang, right?" And I said, "Yeah, we met." And tell you, man, what a super nice guy he is. He really is a really genuinely nice guy. Every time I've met him, he's been a nice guy. And I mean, gosh knows we talk so much stuff about Van Halen, good, bad, ugly, what have you. But the bottom line is it's because we love the band so much and we have such little information. And everybody's got their views and their opinions, and they're all welcome. But it was really good to talk to him for a bit, and we talked a little bit about his record. About a week ago, it was announced that he signed a record deal, and that the record was, I guess, going to come out sometime this year. So I just said to him, hey, how's the record coming? And I had heard over the years that the record was done. Maybe that's not the case. I don't know. But he said, I'm finishing up a few things. It's close to being done and whatever. And we had a very nice little chat. And then when we watched Alter Bridge, he was out in the same area where I was watching. And I invited him out to the Rainbow on Tuesday night, and he said he had some other plans. And since we've been in touch a little bit on Twitter. But just a really nice guy. And by all accounts, from the people who I've talked to, have heard the record. It's a really impressive record, and he does everything on it. So the guy's a real multi-talented guy, and he's still very young. So I really hope that he can get this record out. And look, whatever's going on with Van Halen or not going on with Van Halen, I hope that he can really establish and get his own career going, because he's got a huge future ahead of him if that's the case, and he's as talented as it seems. I mean, we all want to see Van Halen, but like I've said so many times, the ultimate thing would be VH, bring Michael back on bass, let Wolfie open the shows with his own band. I mean, that would be awesome. And I wanted so badly, me being me, I wanted so badly to just be like, so dude, what is up with your dad? Is he okay? What's going on? And I so wanted to do that, but I just didn't feel it was appropriate. I didn't want to put him on the spot. You know, setting up an interview, well, those questions are expected, but I don't know him that well to do that. And I just felt it wouldn't have been cool to do that, because I'm sure as it is, people see me coming backstage and they're already like, oh, what should we or shouldn't, what can we or can we say publicly? Even though I've ironclad, if somebody tells me something's off the record, I won't say it on the air. Which, by the way, I heard a doozy, which I'm not going to put on the air, but a doozy of a thing about a major band. Again, it's so tough because I get all this stuff coming at me, and I got to make sure that I go through the filtration of what I can and can't say, or what. Yeah.
Can you give us a hint?
No.
Come on. Morse code.
Nope. People hate when I do this, so I shouldn't even brought it up. So I'm stopping right there. But no, I get into enough trouble. Most of it completely unwarranted, I feel. But I'm going to leave it all alone, this one, because this one's crazy. Anyway, Wolfie, hopefully we'll do something with when his record is ready. And just, super nice guy. I mean, I almost said kid, which we think of him as a kid, but of course he's an adult. And it was, it was good to talk to him for a few minutes. And by the way, I mean, not Wolfie, but other people, I asked about the Van Halen situation, and they said, they said the latest that I could get from talking to anybody out there about Eddie Van Halen was that he's not, the reports of his, I don't want to say demise, but the reports of him being, because let's be honest, I mean, we've had reports from sources like TMZ and what have you, make of that what you will, saying that he's in very bad condition. And then the next thing we know, we see photos and he's seemingly fine. And what I'm hearing is the truth is somewhere in the middle. But I God knows what's going on. But I just didn't want to be that guy in a social setting where Wolfie's hanging out. There's people there, it's a mixed group of people. There's Draymond, there's Miles, there's Mark, there's friends staying around, and then all of a sudden turn to, because, I mean, I don't know how he would have handled it, or I don't know if he said, I can't talk about it. I don't know what he would have done, but I just wanted to sort of like, we're talking about him, talking about his record, and sort of leave it at that. I don't know.
What's that quote that I think people attribute to Mark Twain? The reports of my demise are greatly exaggerated.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I mean, nobody wants to. Well, no news would be better news than hearing that Eddie is totally healthy and good to go.